Bagon everyone, good evening, hello. Just gonna adjust my camera here. It always seems to be different when you set it up and then have to reset it up, but anyway. Hello everyone. So while I'm adjusting my camera here, you might want to set up your mats. So you have two options for tonight's class. Setting up your mat where it is touching the wall. If you have a wall by that you can do this. We're going to put our feet up on the wall. You can see my head's cut off. We're going to put up our feet up the wall. However, if you don't have enough wall space, the other option is just a chair. I can show you what chair I have here. So it could just be like a regular, this is the dining room chair we have in our house. So you can grab one of these if you don't have a wall, or a couch works really well. A bed is kind of high, so you may not want to do that. However, if your bed is against a wall, that'll work too. So we'll just take a few minutes to allow everyone to set up and get settled in. It looks like I've got the squiggles tonight. Okay, so if you're just joining here, setting up your mat where it's right at the wall, or if you have a dining room chair or a fold-up chair works too, grab one of those. Because I'll show you both options once we get to that particular part of our practice this evening. So for those who don't know me, my name is Japa. I'm a yoga teacher at Yoga by the Sea, and a bunch of us are offering classes through this Facebook Live. So there's lots of beautiful offerings throughout the week, and you can always check our Facebook page or our webpage at Yoga by the Sea. For those, we have a lot of beautiful offerings. So for tonight's class, it's meditation, movement, and melt. So we begin our class with a little bit of a meditation, pranayama, and then we do some movement, and then we melt. So throughout this class, I just ask that you be present, where this is a gift to yourself. And where else are you going to go for an hour and a bit? So just be present tonight. Be present for yourself, be present for your heart and soul, and just take care of your body, listening to your body. If something doesn't feel right that we're doing, you're more than welcome to just skip it or modify it to where you are tonight, and that's okay. So we'll just begin. I'm just going to read something. It's funny how books jump out at you when you need them. This book is called Present Over Perfect, and I bought it last year and read it, and it was really a really good read. And it's by Shauna Niequist. I know if this is probably backwards for you guys to see it, but anyway, it's a fantastic book. And there's a quote in it by Fiona Apple. Like I said, it's just one of those weird things where you pick up a book that's called to you and you're like, oh, Fiona Apple said something absolutely beautiful and perfect. So I invite you to sit comfortably. Close your eyes. I have only one thing to do, and that's be the wave that I am, and then sink back into the ocean. I only have one thing to do, and that's be the wave that I am, and then sink back into the ocean. So keeping your eyes closed, taking this time to feel whatever you're feeling tonight. Whether it be relaxed or anxious, happy, sad, just whatever you're feeling, just allow it to be just for a moment. We're going to transition from being off your mat to on your mat. So whatever happened before you came to sit, might have been making dinner, dishes, kids, whatever that was, that crashing wave. Allow it to sink back into the ocean and calm down as if the wave is leaving the shore. We're making that transition from the chaos and swirling to coming to calm as you sit on your mat. Now, if these thoughts and waves and feelings arise, just allow them to come and go like that wave crashing on the shore and then coming back into the ocean of calm and peace. Noticing if there's any waves of movement in your body that may be lingering from off your mat to on your mat. Allowing yourself to move and settle the way your body wants to settle tonight. Maybe like moving your head or your shoulders, wiggling your toes, and just like emotions and sensations and energy that needs to come up and then go back to the ocean. Allow it to happen without any judgment. Know that you don't have to be anywhere or do anything. Just be present right now. And bring awareness to your breath. And just like those waves as it rises and falls. Just noticing your breath tonight. Noticing where it enters your body and where it exits your body. Noticing the depth of your breath. If you feel you need to sigh or do more movement just to settle, just take this time. Being present with what is right now. And I'd like to bring in a pranayama called the Ujjayi breath. It's actually called the breath of the ocean. And if you're someone who needs a visual, or if you're tactile and you need to have a little bit of help, we're going to imagine as if we are fogging up a mirror. So you can bring your hand in front of your face as if that was the mirror. Breathing in, inhale through your nose, and exhale as if you were fogging up that mirror, restricting the back of your throat. Inhale through your nose, restricting the back of your throat, and exhaling as if you were fogging up the mirror. Inhale, exhale. So you will make a noise, and it actually sounds like the waves of the ocean. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can bring your hand down. Inhale. Hearing the waves, the sound of the ocean vibrate through your entire skull. Now, if you feel comfortable with that, after you removed your hand, did a couple rounds with your mouth open, see if you can inhale, and when you exhale, restrict the back of your throat, but keep your mouth closed. And then we'll just carry on with this pranayama, this breathing technique. All your awareness on your breath and the sound of the ocean as it vibrates through your entire skull. surrounding your entire being with the sound of the ocean. Being the wave that you are as you inhale and be coming back to the ocean when you exhale. Now, if you're finding this difficult, you can always back up, open your mouth, or bring your palm in front of your face and fog up that mirror. Remember just to be present over perfect. This is a great pranayama to bring in just to calm the nervous system, coming directly into breath and body. And the next time you find yourself inhaling, just allow your body to begin to breathe itself, releasing the Ujjayi breath. And just allow your body to return to its natural breath and natural flow. Noticing if the ocean begins to calm, there's less waves crashing. Just noticing how your body feels right now. And I invite you throughout this practice to bring that breath into any pose that we find ourselves in this evening. Begin to slowly rise your hands up off your laps, rotating the palms together. Begin to allow your palms to come together. Go slow. Feeling the anticipation of your palms touching, you may feel heat or maybe a magnetic force in between your hands. And when your palms touch, feeling what the skin boundaries feel like. We'll begin our practice this evening with an Om, the sacred sound, allowing the vibrations to fill your skull. So inhale. Begin to open your eyes just a little tiny bit. allowing a little bit of the light to come in. And then opening your eyes all the way, allowing the rest of the room to flood in. Welcome back, everybody. So we're just going to begin with some nice, slow, mindful movements. And I invite you to bring in that breath, that Ujjayi breath, the breath of the ocean, throughout this practice, whenever you're called to. So you can keep your eyes open or closed, bringing your hands on top of your laps, and we're just going to rotate at the hips. I always tend to start my classes here because my hips are usually really tight. Now your circles can be big or small. And just try bringing in the Ujjayi breath here. Going back the other way. And coming back up to center, rooting through your sits bones and extending out through the crown of your head. Bringing your palms in front of you onto the mat, tenting your fingers. I don't know if you can see that on the screen. And then begin to walk your fingers away from you, pressing into your sits bones, and you're leading from your sternum, so leading from your heart. And just walk your fingers away as you fold at the hip crease, bringing your forehead towards the mat. Now, if it doesn't make it all the way, that's okay. If you have a block or a pillow handy, one of the yoga blocks, you can always bring it in front as well. Allowing your head and neck to just be released here. Maybe swaying back and forth. Begin to walk your tented fingers back towards your body as you rise up. When you come up to the top, roll your shoulders back and down. Sitting here at center, rooting through your sits bones, checking in with your jaw here. Is your jaw tight? A lot of us walk around day to day with our jaw clenched. Maybe not our teeth, but at least our jaw. See if you can kind of loosen it and letting it go. Then rising your arms up at shoulder height in front of you. We're going to bring the left arm across, and we're going to hook the right arm underneath the left arm. Just do a nice little bit of a stretch here. Keeping your spine nice and tall. Now, if you want to go into eagle arms here, you're more than welcome to too. If this feels, if you're called to do this, having a little bit of a deeper stretch, or if you want to hang out here tonight, you're more than welcome to. A couple more breaths here. Then we're going to release those arms. Bring them back down to your lap for just 2 breaths here, just to release and relax them. Then begin to bring your arms back up at shoulder height, crossing the right arm across your chest and hooking that left arm underneath the right. Doing a nice shoulder stretch here. And again, if you want to do eagle arms on this side, you're more than welcome to. Or even give yourself a hug here too if you want. It's kind of nice too. Keeping your spine straight. Two more breaths here. Then releasing that, bringing your arms back down to your lap. Bringing your hands back down to your mat, tenting your fingers. We're going to do that fold again. So pressing in through your sits bones, leading with your heart, walking your tented fingers away from your body as you fold at the hip crease. Again, you can bring your block here if you want, or just tent your fingers. Releasing your head and your neck, giving it a little shake. Swaying like a branch in the wind. And begin to walk your tented fingers back towards your body. Rising up and coming back to center. Reaching around behind you, interlacing your fingers here, pressing your heart towards the front of the room, looking up at the sky. You're opening up your front body here. And releasing that nice and gently, bringing your arms around front at shoulder height again, interlacing your fingers. Then rotate your palms away from you, pressing the front of the room away, rounding your spine and tucking your chin here. Opening up that back body, opening up the back of your heart. Bringing in that Ujjayi breath here. Releasing that, we're going to come around to the back again. Interlacing your fingers, pressing your heart towards the front of the room, looking up at the sky. Checking in with your jaw here. Releasing that one more time in the front, bringing your arms around at shoulder height, interlacing the fingers, rotating your palms towards the front of the room, tucking your chin, rounding your spine. The more you press through your palms, the deeper the stretch in your back body. Then releasing that, coming back to center. Placing the left hand down at the mat, right hand comes up and over to the left ear, gently bringing that right ear down to the right shoulder. Stretching all along the left side of the neck here. If you want a deeper stretch, walk those left fingers away from your body, keeping your spine nice and tall. And we're just going to breathe here. On your next inhale, walk those left fingers back towards your body, releasing the right hand gently, and then allowing your head to come back to center. Placing the right hand on the mat this time, Left hand comes up and over to the right ear, bringing that left ear gently down to the left shoulder, doing a nice stretch on the right hand side of the neck. Again, your spine is nice and straight, so you're not sinking, your hand isn't pulling your head down, you're nice and tall. We're just stretching the neck. If you want a deeper stretch, walk those right fingertips away from you. And we're just going to hang out here and breathe. Begin to walk those right fingertips back towards the body, releasing that left hand, bringing your neck back to center. Now, if you feel called to, you can roll your neck. Right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, and back. Looking up at the sky. Just do circles with your neck. Back the other way. And then coming back to center, rising your hands up towards the sky, extending out through your fingertips, chin is parallel to the ground. Your arms are alongside your ears, rooting through your sits bones here. Begin to rotate your wrist down. Nice big circles, fingers nice and wide. You can wiggle them once you're bringing them down. Inhale, rise back up, pressing through your sits bones, extending up through your fingertips here. Then rotate your wrists the other way. Fingers nice and wide, bringing your arms down. Rising your arms back up again. This time we're going to bring our left hand down to the, start that again. Bringing the right hand down to the left knee, left hand behind in the spine twist. Looking over that left shoulder. Chin is parallel to the ground. Nice deep breaths low into the abdomen, giving your internal organs a nice massage. On your next exhale, see if you can sink deeper into this twist. Next inhale, rise up, bringing your arms back up towards the sky, arms alongside your ears. A couple nice deep breaths here. On your next exhale, bringing the left hand down to the right knee, right hand behind, looking over that right shoulder. Breathing deep into your lower abdomen here. And then releasing that, bringing your arms back overhead. Rotating your palms towards the front of the mat, twinkling your fingers down, folding at the hip crease. Releasing your head and your neck. Swaying back and forth like a branch in the wind. Tenting your fingers again, rising back up. Taking a couple breaths here. Then we're gonna, if you were sitting on a block or a pillow or a blanket, we're just gonna remove that. If you feel called to, you can always stay on it if you need to. And then we're gonna bring the bottoms of our feet together. So as you're rooting through your sits bones, bringing the bottoms of your feet together, maybe I can remove the blanket here. So, bringing the bottoms of your feet together, holding onto your ankles. Your spine is straight and you're rooting through your sits bones here. Extending out through the crown. Now, if you need a little bit more support under your knees, you can always bring that blanket or pillow. Or if you have blocks handy, you can always bring blocks. Roll up a towel or a pillow. Just kind of like that, wherever it feels right for you. Okay. So rooting through your sits bones, spine is nice and tall. You're extending out through the crown of your head. Bringing your heels towards your pubic bone if you can. If they're out here, that's okay too, wherever you're at tonight. Remember to remain present over perfect. Bringing in the Ujjayi breath, so inhale, restricting the back of your throat as if you were fogging up with the mirror. You can have your mouth open or closed. On your next exhale, begin to fold over top of your feet, folding at the hip crease, noticing a stretch into your thighs, your hips, rooting through your sits bones still. Nice deep breaths. And we're just going to hang out here for a while. Noticing if your knees are sinking a little bit deeper. Noticing if there's, with the breath, if there's any new openings or any shifts, sensations, emotions. Whatever this wave looks like for you, just allow it to be. On your next inhale, begin to rise up and go slow. Allowing your legs to stretch out in front, maybe circling your ankles, Going back the other way. And then we're going to stand up and we're going to come to the wall. I'll give you two options, one using the wall and then one using the chair or your couch or whatever you have handy. So we're just going to go slow and we're going to stand facing the wall. And go slow, go mindful and slow. I'm going to have to adjust this just a teeny bit. There we go. Okay. So if you have a wall handy, you're going to bring your feet hip width apart, toes facing the wall. Then we're going to bring our hands and press them flat against the wall. Remember, feet are hip width apart, rooting through the entire bottoms of your feet. And then we're going to take a couple small steps backwards. And you're going to begin to notice that your ears are going to come in between your arms. This is a supported downward facing dog. So pressing your hips towards away from the wall. You may feel a stretch down the back of your legs. Now if you want a bit of a deeper stretch, you can walk your hands down the wall here. We're just being completely supported by the wall. Extending out through your sits bones here, pressing into the wall. Now you can go as low as you want. Now if it's in your practice and you want to go into a full downward facing dog, by all means go there. But also find where you're feeling comfortable here. You're supported by the wall and the earth. Find that comfortable spot where you can just breathe. Maybe bringing in the Ujjayi breath here. Inhale. Now, if you're at the wall, hang out there. If you have a chair, if you're using a chair, make sure that the chair isn't slippy on the floor. You can always put it on your mat and that stops it from slipping too. Feet are hip width apart. Placing your hands on the chair and begin to walk back away from the chair, sinking your ears in between your arms. Extending out through your sits bones. Now you're just gently supported here. You can also turn, if that is too low for you, you can turn the chair around, making sure that it's not slippy, so you're not pressing a lot of weight into the chair, unless it's totally secure and you trust it. Bringing your hands on the top of the chair. And this is a great stretch if you're just walking by the dining room chairs. Just stop and take a moment for yourself to be present and just bring your hands to the tops of the chairs and just sink your head, ears in between your arms. And just breathe. This feels nice. Now chair yoga is another class too that feels really nice for those who need the support of a chair. It's quite a beautiful practice. And if you're against a wall or against a chair, begin to rise up, bringing your arms alongside your body. And you're just going to breathe. Beautiful. And we're going to go into that again. So if you're by the wall, Shaking out your legs if you need to. Making sure your feet are hip width apart. We're just going to go back into that nice and slowly, bringing your palms to the wall. Begin to walk away, stepping back away from the wall. Your ears come in between your arms. You're nice and supported by the earth and the wall or your chair. And you're just going to breathe. Feet hip width apart. Begin to walk away if you're on the chair. This one's a good one if you've been washing the kitchen floor. Beautiful. A couple more breaths here as you're being supported by the wall or the chair. And begin to walk your feet towards the wall or the chair. Coming into a standing position. Arms alongside your body. Feet are hip width apart. Shoulders are back and down. We're just going to breathe here, closing your eyes, checking in with your jaw. Is your jaw clenched? Can you release and relax it? Allowing your body to shake or wiggle or do what it ever needs to do. Maybe shake out your legs. Beautiful. And we're going to make our way back down to our mats. That was a shaking of the snow globe. Now if you're using the chair and you have the back towards you, we're going to turn it around because we're going to go to feet up the wall or feet up the chair, whichever, or couch or whatever you have available to you. So I will show you both. This is the melty part. This is one that I bring in quite often in my restorative class. And this is just a fantastic pose to calm the nervous system, lower blood pressure. It's just one of those beautiful poses that is just super wonderful and relaxing. So how we get into it, if you are going to use a chair, just be patient, we'll get there in just a moment. But if you are using a wall, making sure that your mat is right against the wall. The closer you are to the wall, the less work you have to do. So how we get into it is bringing your hip. You might be on the right hand side of the wall or the left hand side of the wall, whichever wall you're at. Bring that hip towards it, right directly on it. And then you can also have a blanket or a pillow handy to get yourself comfortable. So then with your hip directly against the wall, so you can't move any further, you're going to swing your legs up the wall, and you're going to make sure, now there's never really a graceful way to get into this, so just bear with me. Again, being present over perfect. Bringing your feet up the wall, scooching your sits bones directly on the wall. So it's as if you were sitting right on the wall. You can feel your bum. There's no space here. Your feet are directly above your hips. Now when you get into this position, you can feel your legs sinking into the hip sockets here. Now for your arms, they can be resting on your tummy or they can be out in T formation. Now there's a bunch of ways to get in to hang out here. Now if this is feeling really nice, this is just hang out here. And you can always move into these stages as you're resting in this. You can also put a blanket over your body, keeping yourself nice and toasty warm. Another option is to put a bolster on the bottom of your feet. You can always put a bolster here and lift it up. Or you can have someone in your house do it for you. That's always nice as well. Or you can also bring the bottoms of your feet together and bring your heels towards your pubic bone, allowing your knees to spread out and opening up your hips here. And just hang out here. So there's many different ways to enjoy this form. And play around with it, see what feels really nice for you. You can open your heels up and just hang out like this. But I recommend, if this is the first time you've done this, is just chill out like this and breathe and relax. Okay, so for those who have a chair or a couch, you can bring the chair towards you, making sure it's not slippy again. So sometimes being on a carpet really helps. I don't know if we can see that, the chair here. Well, I guess you can. There we go. There we go. So you can bring your bottom towards the chair, and then just bring your legs up onto the chair or the couch. Scooching your bum is close, making sure that your knees are above your hips here, and your knees are hip width apart. Then you can come down onto the mat or the floor, and just relax into this. And this is a great one if you don't have enough wall space. Now, if you're finding that there's a lot of pressure on your tailbone, you can always bring a blanket underneath, a little bit of cushion to help with that underneath your tailbone. So this is the melting part of our practice. So wherever you are, allow yourself to begin to sink into relaxation. Noticing if there's any body part that you can move, even if it's just 1 millimeter, to make yourself a little bit more comfortable. Rocking your head back and forth, seeing if there's one side that it feels more comfortable to rest at. Allowing your arms to move, either more T formation or crossing at the heart or in your tummy. Just noticing where your arms feel the most comfortable right now. Even if you move just 1 millimeter, just 1 millimeter, to make yourself just a little bit more comfortable. And then begin to rest and relax. Release and let go. And release back into relaxation, fully and completely. And begin to bring awareness back to the rise and fall of your chest. Allowing that wave to arise. Maybe bringing some movement back into your body by rocking your head back and forth. Wiggling your toes and your fingers. Begin to bring the bottoms of your feet into the wall or into the top of the chair, allowing your knees to bend and bringing your knees to your chest. Wrapping your arms around your knees and giving yourself a nice big hug. Then begin to roll over onto any side that you're called to, keeping your knees to your chest. Allowing that wave of movement to come and go as you rest in stillness in the womb of existence. I'll read those words back to you again as we did in our opening meditation. I only have one thing to do, and that's be the wave that I am, and then sink back into the ocean. I'll read that again. I have only one thing to do, and that's be the wave that I am, and then sink back into the ocean. Know that you have the ability to sink back into the ocean of peace that you've created tonight by just bringing yourself back into that Ujjayi breath, the breath of the ocean. And begin to rise up and come to a comfortable seated position. I invite you to go slow. And once you find that comfortable seat, bring your awareness to your breath. And I invite you to bring in that breathing, that pranayama, the ocean breath. Inhale, and when you exhale, restrict the back of your throat, making the sound of the waves of the ocean reverberate through your entire being. Now, if you need to have your mouth open as you exhale, fogging up that mirror, you're more than welcome to. We're going to begin to sink into meditation again, sinking into that ocean of peace and calmness. Couple more rounds of this pranayama. Then on your next inhale, just allow your body to breathe itself, letting go of the Ujjayi breath, going with your own flow and your own breath. On your next inhale, begin to rise your palms up off your lap. Then rotating the palms towards each other. And then begin to bring your palms together. And going slow, feeling the heat or the magnetic energy present in between your palms as they come closer and closer together, anticipating the skin boundaries touching. And then when they touch, bring all your awareness there, noticing if there's heat or coolness or vibrations or energy in between your palms. Bringing your palms at heart center. I'd like to end our class this evening together with the sacred sound of Om, allowing the sound vibrations come and go like the wave of the ocean. So inhale and exhale to Om. So inhale. You only have one thing to do, and that's be the wave of the ocean. Healing and peace. Japa. Japa, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful night, a restful sleep. And I hope to see you in the studio soon or here on Facebook Live. I'm also teaching a class Saturday morning, Wake Up Yoga. I'll be same time, well, same place anyway. It'll be Saturday morning at 10. And again, there's lots of beautiful offerings through our Facebook page, Yoga by the Sea. And yeah, I'm sending you all my love tonight. And have a good night, everyone. I love you all. Night.